Hello and welcome back to the EmpowerHer Business Accelerator podcast. I am your host, Philippa, and today we're diving into one of the most important parts of goal setting. That's turning your 3-month priorities into actionable steps and tasks. Now, if you are new here to our podcast, I welcome you. I'm excited that you've come to visit, and I hope you enjoy what you hear. So much so that you decide to push that subscribe or follow button, whatever you have on the platform you're listening to this podcast. And please, even if you're new or a veteran here to listening to the podcast, I please ask you to share this episode or any episode with a fellow entrepreneur that you may know that can find value in what you hear here and what I'm teaching. That way it's going to help to spread the word and encourage more female entrepreneurs, but also bring more attention to the podcast that helps more people find it. So appreciate the support and the follows. Thanks so much. I do have a quick reminder. The EmpowerHer program is launching a group session and a power session in January 2025. So if you sign up by Cyber Monday on December 2nd, you're going to receive 15% off. Whether you're interested in the power session or the group session, both of them have the discount, and both of them offer a great opportunity to start your new year with a clear plan and a supportive community. So please be sure to check out the link in the show notes for all the details about it. And we look forward to meeting you. You guys are going to get to engage with me personally. I'm the only coach on the program right now, so you get one-on-one time with me as well as time with the groups, and I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. Hey, one more thing before we get started. It is the holiday season, and I'm so excited to share something special with you. As a huge thank you for being part of this amazing community of female entrepreneurs, I'm running a holiday giveaway just for you. From November 15th to December 15th, you have the chance to win one of 2 stacks of incredible books that I've personally chosen to help you kick off 2024 with inspiration, insight, and practical strategies. These books are a combination of powerful resources on copywriting and entrepreneurial motivation, 2 key areas that can make a big difference as you grow your business. Now, I'm going to be sharing all the details about which books are included in the show notes, but just to give you a sneak peek, these books will help you write better marketing content and stay motivated on your entrepreneurial journey. Who doesn't need a little extra push when it comes to those 2 areas, right? Now, entering is super easy. Here's what you need to do. I want you to subscribe to the EmpowerHer podcast wherever you're listening to it if you already haven't done so. Next, you're going to share your best business growth tip on my Instagram or LinkedIn giveaway post. Either one of those are fine. And then you want to tag 3 fellow female entrepreneurs you think would benefit from these books or just need a little inspiration for the holiday season. And here's the best part. If you sign up for my EmpowerHer group session launching in January, you'll get a bonus entry to double your chances of winning. Now, not just one bonus entry, I'm going to give you 10 bonus entries just for signing up for the group session. Guys, you can't miss out. All right, so I'm going to be picking 2 lucky winners and announcing them on December 18th, just in time to add some extra holiday joy to your gift baskets. So head over to the show notes for more details, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram and or LinkedIn for the update and for when the post goes live so you can leave a comment. Let's end the strong together and get ready to level up in 2025. So now let's get to today's topic and talk about how to take those 3-month priorities we discussed in last week's show and break them down into action steps and tasks that will help you stay on track and make progress towards your goals. Now, I am referencing the last 2 episodes of this series in November. We are all about goal setting. And we're talking about setting SMART goals. We're talking about setting our 10-year goals and breaking it down into 3-year, 1-year plans, and even further into what we're talking about today, which is our 3-month priorities. What can we do right now in the next 3 months to make progress towards our big 10-year vision, making it a more realistic and tangible reality for us all? So here's how we do it. All right, we're going to break it down. So make sure you have pen and paper, take some notes. Whatever you need, your digital note taker, whatever you need to make sure that you retain this information, okay? First thing you want to do is break down your 3-month priorities. Let's start by taking a closer look at your 3-month priorities that hopefully you established last month. If you haven't done so yet, again, listen to those messages, see what you need to do, and get to your 3-month priorities. Now, these are the immediate objectives that you identified that will move you forward toward your 1-year and your 3-year goals. The key now is to break each priority into smaller tasks that you can tackle on a weekly basis or even a daily basis, depending on what it is. All right, so here's an example. If one of your 3-month priorities is to launch a new marketing campaign, you want to break it down into specific steps like research your target audience and key messaging, create a content calendar, very, very important, very key. You want to design marketing materials, or at least a template of what your designs are going to be. You want to schedule some social media posts and monitor campaign performance and adjust accordingly. Again, this is going to be over a 3-month period. And I think that's a great time frame for most marketing campaigns. There's some that can go 6 months into a year, again, depending on what you're trying to do, but anything less than 3 months for a marketing campaign, I feel like you're not going to get enough data and experience in that campaign to really decide if it worked or not. So this is a great time frame for launching a new campaign. Now, each of these steps become a task that you can assign to yourself, or if you're blessed with a team, you can assign it to your team over the course of the next few weeks. And each person has its own responsibilities, okay? All right, so the next step in this process is to create actionable tasks. Once you've broken down your priority, it's time to create a detailed task list. Your tasks should be clear, actionable with specific deadlines to keep you accountable for what's going on. So again, sticking to our example for the marketing campaign. For the marketing campaign, your task list may look like this for the first week. Now we're breaking it down just to 1 week so you can see what the first week could look like. All right, so Monday, we're going to research our target audience demographics. If you haven't already done this exercise, this is key. We talked about it a few months ago about the value of really having your ideal client and understanding their demographics and their psychographics. So you want to start off with researching your target audience, their demographics, their psychographics, ensuring that nothing has changed in this area since the first time you did the exercise. Then on Tuesday, you're going to write copy for the campaign. This could be one, like big description, like the main copy. And then you can even take the time to break down smaller copies into different locations of where, depending on the channels that you're using, what copy is needed for each channel specifically. So maybe you start with the website copy, which will likely be the most copy that you have. And then you could say, okay, how can I break this down into a networking pitch? So that's one channel. How can I create maybe 4 or 5 social media posts? There's another channel. And so that's how you start just generating all the copy. And I suggest starting with the biggest one, which is the website. All right, so then on Wednesday, we're designing social media graphics. What does this campaign look like? What does it feel like? You're starting to pick some colors. Hopefully they're aligned with your branding colors already. But what kind of images do you want incorporated? Messaging you may want on the graphics. You're starting to think about this on Wednesday. Thursday, your task would be schedule initial posts. So now that you've designed it, you've got the copy, we can start scheduling some of these posts out and start testing them out. Friday, we're going to review the performance of the first set of posts. How did they do in the first 24 hours? Did people respond? Are people engaging with the post? Now, oftentimes we may need a little bit more than 24 hours, but depending on how your brand awareness has already been built and your brand identity has been established within the community, maybe 24 hours is enough time for you to see how people respond. Maybe you need a week to kind of say, okay, how can we really effectively look at that post and its engagement? But you get the idea of breaking it down day by day, of daily tasks that are actionable and realistic and doable. These tasks are nothing that's going to put you and set you apart from all the other responsibilities you have. A lot of these you can accomplish probably within an hour, maybe an hour and a half. At the most, I imagine maybe the copywriting session will take a little bit longer. Maybe the research part will take a little longer, or unless you're already confident about that part, then that's really quick. But you can see how you now just added a few more tasks throughout the week that doesn't significantly impact your existing work schedule, but you're making a tremendous amount of progress towards your 10-year goal. So this is important. You can also even break tasks down into smaller steps if necessary to make them feel more manageable. So like if you think about a lot of the tasks that I mentioned, there's additional tasks. Like, so for Thursdays, schedule the initial post. If you've never scheduled a social media post, or if you're handing this off to, like, say, an intern who's never scheduled a social media post for a business, through you're doing a Facebook post and you want them to do it through the Meta Business Suite. If they've never used Meta Business Suite, There's additional steps you need to break down, procedures that are going to be helpful. So this can be a helpful task if you've never written down all of your business procedures and processes. This can help you start that process and build that library. That's a whole nother topic. So let's get back on track. But you see where I'm going there with that and how this process can help not only reaching your goals, but other areas of your business as well. All right, so the next step in this process is to set deadlines and milestones. So every task needs a deadline. Without deadlines, it's easy to let things slide. And before you know it, your 3-month priorities are pushed to the back burner. And, it's, again, I was mentioning last episode that, again, this is so easy to happen. It's so easy to just push tasks. Oh, I'll just do it tomorrow or do it next week. Like, no, we want to make these a priority, set hard deadlines for ourselves to keep us motivated, accountable, and on track. And setting realistic deadlines, it's going to help you, again, stay on track and meet your bigger goals. In addition to deadlines, setting milestones can be a great way to track progress. These are smaller achievements within your overall goal that let you know you're on the right path. So, for instance, within this goal of the marketing campaign, a milestone might be reaching 500 new social media followers within the first month of launching. This milestone gives you something to aim for and helps you measure your success along the way. So that's, it's not specific to the tasks and deadlines that you're doing, but it's specific to the deadlines, but it's not specific to the task, but it's an overall just a smaller goal milestone to celebrate. And you always want to find different opportunities to celebrate along the way. Trust me, that's really important to make that a priority of celebrating your wins. That makes everything more fun. All right, so tracking your progress, that's the next main element we're going to talk about today, that it's important to track your progress. It's just as important as setting your tasks itself is tracking the progress of the task. By regularly reviewing where you are and what you've accomplished, you can adjust your strategies if needed and stay motivated by seeing the progress you've made. It's to be able to see and measure that progress. It's really motivational and helpful. There are plenty of tools available to help you track your tasks and goals. Some of my favorite include project management tools like Trello or Asana, which let you create boards and list your tasks and deadlines. Goal tracking apps like Todoist or ClickUp, which can gamify the process and make it even more engaging. And you can also invite team members on those as well. And then good old-fashioned planners or bullet journals, if you prefer a more hands-on approach and paper to pen approach or pencil to paper. It's, whichever method it works for you to keep you on track, keep you motivated, grab at it. I love ClickUp. It helps me keep track of all of my small tasks and major goals, and has so much tools that I can utilize to keep me on track. All right, so again, another example. So let's say you're halfway through the 3-month period and you review your progress on the marketing campaign. You've noticed that the social media engagement isn't as high as you expected. This is an opportunity for you to adjust your strategy. Maybe you need to tweak your messaging or try new platforms to reach a broader audience. But just if you didn't take this time to track your progress, you may not have realized what was going on and missed the opportunity to pivot and try new things. So it's important that we do that. And then that leads to staying accountable. All right, this is our last point for today, is you want to stay accountable. Accountability is key for staying on track, whether it's through a mentor, a business partner, or a mastermind group. Having someone else to check in with you can make a huge difference. Regular check-ins help you stay focused, adjust when necessary, and just really keep you pushing forward towards your goals. If you are part of a mastermind group, you might share a 3-month priority and the progress each week. Knowing that you have to report back is going to keep you motivated and stay on top of your tasks. Like, I've been through that before, where I've had a group where I've, shared what I want to do, and the time came for us to meet. And I hated those weeks where I was like, I did nothing this week. I made absolutely no progress. Like, I completely forgot, or, I just, I hated those moments. I loved when I got to show up and be like, yeah, here's what I accomplished. Here's what I did. And I want to keep that momentum and keep those things going. And so having a group that you have to report to is going to help keep you really, again, accountable for what you need to do. All right. I love this topic. I love goal setting. I love breaking it down, Because sometimes when we create New Year's resolutions or goals for our business, the guidance we get stops at the goal, and we miss that important part of how to make that goal a reality. So I feel like this method here of breaking down our 10-year goals into a 3-year plan, a 1-year plan, and 3-month priorities makes it more tangible and realistic and something we can follow and do. And I feel like we're going to be much more successful in reaching our 10-year goals with this type of method. So turning your priorities into actionable steps, it bridges the gap between setting goals and achieving them. So by breaking things down, setting deadlines, tracking your progress, you ensure that you're consistently moving towards your big picture vision. All right, so thanks for joining me today. Next week, we'll wrap up the series with a quick Q&A session where I'm going to answer some of your most common questions about setting and achieving business goals. And please don't forget, you can still take advantage of the 15% discount off the Empower Her Power session or the group session that's launching January 2025, but only if you sign up by Cyber Monday, which is December 2nd. If you are interested in learning more or just hanging out with me, I'm offering a free 1-hour session where we can chat about the program and how it can help you. The link to book your session is also in the show notes. So until next time, keep shining, and remember, breaking down your goals into actionable steps is key to making your vision a reality. Have a wonderful week.